Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good? I think this is how you really create a decent backstory. I don't think this was a perfect backstory, nor do I think this was, um, it's nowhere near a bad backstory at all. With the characters being vampires, I think it's a little bit harder to portray um, how the emotions of vampires work, right? To put it in blatant terms, do vampires even care, right? And if they do care, what are their different faces? What are their different emotions that they would feel? How do they go about handling these emotions when you have ridiculous strength, and not only strength, but capabilities of, corrupting and all this different stuff you could actually do as a vampire you have at your disposal. So how would you deal with something that you feel like isn't going in your direction, but you still want it to? I feel like being a curse bearer is also, so it's clearly something to do with like actually craving blood and not being able to hold it back, especially with that one guy inside of you, um, asking for your true name and stuff like that, as we get an example this week. He clearly is the one running and like operating your body with one just like kick of the dude who is like possessed by him. The guy's body just is no use anymore. Just one shot at him. I love that. So the cool thing about this show is these characters are actually very capable of fighting and keeping up with, like really powerful people. My interest now comes more or less into the fact of who is going to be capable of um, beating, people that are top tier fighters like uh, the Lucas's girl that protects him, right? Joanne, or I think it's something like that. She is ridiculously fast and powerful, and then even has a weapon that's created towards killing vampires. Where are more of those vampires at? Like, there's either they all died or maybe they are retired. But there's got to be those weapons out there at least. That would be pretty cool. But regardless, this backstory of Lucas and why he wants to be able to heal people that are curse bearers is because of people like Lucas. He was crying out for help, and on top of that, he was using his cry out to help in his anger and frustration and not being able to be saved when it came up that someone else was a curse bearer as well. Which, does it seem like a coincidence that two curse bearers at the same time were executed on one night? And just how evil the grandfather looked after killing someone who he literally has raised for quite some time, for at least years, right? Um, the smile that he had, I think that's going to be the thumbnail. You'll know the smile he had because it's the thumbnail. Because it has so much more layers to this. Like, I thought the grandpa was dead, but this kind of gives me a feeling that the grandpa is still alive and well, and maybe even plotting against more of these kids just to see their outcome, just to see their results. As Lucas said, he has poor taste. But with that being said, everybody take care, have an awesome one, and I'll talk to you very soon. Peace.